Alright guys, we got a new frame to check out, and this is from gnarlyfpv, and it is called the meemo. Let me hold on one second here. So I've always been a huge fan of gnarlyfpv. They make awesome frames, but they make unique frames. You know, they make frames that are a little bit different from everybody else's, and they're just such high quality too. That's the other thing that I just love about them, is just the quality of their frames and everything that comes with it. So they originally came out with the Primo, and that was a 65mm frame. Well, it ran 65mm props. Then they came out with the Primo 3, and that was a 3-inch, or a frame that fit 3-inch props. This is the meemo, and it fits 2-inch props. And it's so cute. It's so tiny. It's 85mm motor to motor. It looks like it's 2mm thick, but we'll double check that. Yep, 2mm thick. It also looks like the arms are a little bit thinner than like on the Primo and the Primo 3, but that's to be expected with a smaller frame like this, because I mean, it's still stiff as hell. The arms are super stiff, even though they're narrower and thinner, because it's smaller. So this is designed to be really light, a little light 2-inch, you know, so it's not going to break easily just because it has thinner arms and whatnot. It's going to end up being so light that in a crash, you know, it's going to be probably just as hard to break one of these arms as they would be on a Primo 3. So pretty cool. Everything else kind of looks the same. I mean, you got the brass inserts here for the screws for your flight controller. You got the 2 screws that hold down the flight controller. One major difference is this piece and the canopy. Now, if you can't tell, they look a little bit different than the other canopies, and that's because it is completely different. If you can hear that, this thing's hard as a rock. So this is what's called SLA printing. I think it's printing. It's where they use light to bond the resin or something like that. I'm not 100%. I'm not an expert on SLA, but I do know that it's expensive and time consuming and turns out really awesome. It just looks really cool. Nice and stiff. It doesn't even flex this way either. I did talk to gnarlyfpv, and they said that possibly this is not how they are all going to come, so that I should consider this to be a special edition. And that's probably because of how time consuming and expensive it is to do SLA printing. But damn, it's cool. Really cool. So just like on the Primo, you get the frame with the canopy, and you get a set of props, and the screws for the flight controller. I think you get screws for the motors as well, and a nice little battery strap. And it actually comes with my favorite kind of 2-inch props, and that is the HQ 2020x4s. These are really, really good props. When I first saw this, I was already thinking, you know, what I want to do to build it, and I was thinking about a crazy 1S, but I don't think I'm going to do a 1S. I think I'm going to do a 2S, and I'll probably go with the GEPRC 1202 10,000 kV. I'm not 100% sure on that though, but as far as the motors though, the motor mounting, let's see, you got 9x9, which is the standard like 1102, except for Happy Model. 1103, 4, 5, 6, all those are 9x9. And then it also has the 6.6 3-hole, which is Happy Model 1102, 1103s. Well, actually, I'm not sure about the 1103s. I think their 1103s might be the 4-hole. I can't remember. but I do know the 1102s for sure, or they're 3-hole. But that fits on here. And then also the old Racer Star 1103 has that 8.8, and that'll fit on here as well. So all the options that you would need or want for this, for a 2-inch. This is going to be a sweet little 2-inch. And then besides that, same as on the other Primo, you got the Nano Mount. And let's see, I have something here. Let me see. I have this little adapter. I think it's in here. So you can use the Nano 3. I was kind of surprised when they came out with the Nano 3. I was like, what are they doing with this thing? I mean, it's cool that it's only 1 gram, but check out this mount. So you just put a screw in each of those holes in the back of the camera, and then you got these side holes here that makes it a Nano. So that would, which way does it go? I don't know. Yeah, it must go that way. Let's see how that fits in here. It's going to be a tight fit because there's no flex on the canopy. There we go. Ooh, look at that. That's perfect. Is that lined up? No. Maybe it won't be perfect. It'll be sticking out a little bit, but that's okay. Just a little bit. Look at all that tilt. So the tilt is 20 to 50 degrees, which is pretty awesome. 50 degrees is more than enough with these wide field of view cameras we got these days. Nano 3, man, that would make it really light. Use that with like the nameless 400 milliwatt or the Pro 32 Nano. You're gonna have a crazy light build. Put some 1102s on here. These badass 2-inch props. Oh, it's gonna be so sweet. I cannot wait to build this up. So yeah, I think I covered everything. So the next time you see this bad boy, it'll be built up. Hopefully I start getting some good weather around here. This is the same too as the Primo 3 that they updated to where you have more room. I mean, you can see how much space you have in there for your stack and whatever else on top. Because your stack's going to go all the way down to these bumps right here. These bumps are so that you can put your battery strap through and the FC will still go down and sit on those bumps. So, I mean, look how much space you're going to have after the flight controller, you know. Just plenty of room. Sweet little frame. We could do a weight real quick. I think it's 10, 11, 12 grams, something like that. Yeah, 10. Pretty light. So I'll leave a link in the description. You pick it up at gnarlyfpv. Meemo. Awesome.